What's up with Whatty? What's up with Whatty? What's up with Whatty?
What's going on with you, Whatty?
I always say we're back, but we're back for another week. And my hair's up for probably the first time ever.
And we're on a new set, which is not a set.
We're in an undisclosed location.
It is,
out that window, you might see some wreckage. We'll talk about that soon.
Yeah.
Woo! We're back, you guys!
Welcome back to What's Up with Whatty. This is Love, and I am Goldie.
And we will say, putting this podcast together today has been quite something, to say the least.
We've had our struggles,
it's
for
pretty,
sure.
It's pretty echoey in here.
I've realized that now.
But hey, we're in a real room, so I don't know.
That's what happens when you don't film in an
Maybe
RV.
when you're in a real studio, this is what happens. That's probably why they have all the, what is it?
Soundproofing in podcast studios. We probably should have set up in a room.
We're in a living room, dining room.
Okay, we're going to restart setting up now.
No, we're not.
That took forever.
If we had to restart at any point, I would be freaking out. And we're hoping to God we don't get too hot because the AC, we had to turn it off because all we could hear was the AC through our ears.
Yeah, and
So,
we're hoping none of our mics, disassemble.
They've already fallen off a couple, they've had their problems.
Yeah, our table is trying to be very similar to the 9/11 towers, just collapsing below the weight.
So this weekend was Memorial Day weekend.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
What did you do, Goldie? Because I wasn't with you for some.
What did I do on
I usually am with you on holidays, but I wasn't.
What did I do on Oh!
Well, you got to count Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's like a 4-day week.
Oh, well, I didn't really do anything for the full weekend. Me and Oliver were just kind of gearing up. He has a reading camp for the summer, so he started on Wednesday, which was yesterday. Today's Thursday.
And he thought he was starting first grade.
I know, he thought it was first grade. And his teacher's name's Miss Hogue, but he calls her Miss Yoga. So
I thought it was yogurt. I didn't hear you right.
And so he started that, but on Memorial Day we went down to the park and we just kind of walked around, sightseed, walked around, sightseed a little more. We're very boring.
No, we love going to the state park.
We were going to go to the beach, but nobody wanted to invite us to come along.
Well, we didn't go to the beach because we knew. We knew that on Memorial Day, if you head to the beach that day, you will not get any parking. You will have to trample over everybody.
You will have to fight for your little 2 square feet of the sand that you get.
You will have to fight for your entire swimming. You'll be involved.
You're going to be burnt to shit. You're going to have seagulls humping on you for your bread and your chips. They're going to be jumping all over you, attacking you as soon as you get your cooler out. It's just not fun. You got sand in your cooch and your butt crack. When you get home, you take your bathing suit off and you're like, how did half the beach come
I think that's a
when did this
regular
happen?
beach day. I really think that.
But my question is this. The other day we went to the beach. You saw me, love. I literally dipped my toes in just to take a couple pictures. And I get home, and I had a full cake situation happening down
The
south.
funny thing is I had no sand anywhere on me, and I swam. Well, of course it was on me, but it wasn't in my crevices.
It wasn't on. It was on me.
It gets up in you. If you're a woman, I don't know about men. Do you? Well, you have a little boy. Does he get stuff all up over, around, and in?
All I have to say is this: when I go to the beach, I don't want to feel like I'm being sexually assaulted by the sand. All I'm saying is, ask me first, okay, before entering.
Bring a chair and bring sunscreen and maybe an umbrella because that sun is deathly.
I guess bring some binoculars to see the hot buds on the beach, so you don't have to look like a creep, squinting.
I was really scared the other day. We went to the beach, the day of Oliver's kindergarten graduation. We got all dressed up. We'll post some pictures. It was so cute. We all looked cute, and Oliver looked cute. And then afterwards, we went to...
I forgot my mic's connected to a chair.
We got sounds from everywhere happening.
I know.
But we went to a beach, and there was a lagoon in the front of the water, but it's the pass, so the water's rushing into the lagoon. And I was so scared. Goldie was looking down at her phone, and I looked over at Oliver, and he was about to dive in the horriblest, scariest water.
It was really choppy to
try to get his frisbee that he was playing with. Thank God a girl ran faster than I could because she went and got his frisbee. He would have ended up going down the river, and who knows what would have happened.
The other day it wasn't so choppy. It was kind of calm out, and I was like, "Love, let's go jump in the pass, and then it'll be like a lazy river. It'll float us down into the lagoon."
It was super fun.
And she was like, "I'm scared, and so we didn't do.
Well, I was
you were
first,
okay.
But now after
but
you
when
did
we
it,
went,
I thought it was fun.
When we went to the beginning of the pass, she was like, "I don't want to drown," so we went over to this bridge area and just jumped in like the pussy area, and we floated down. But guess what? The other day when we were walking up from the beach, I saw these big brown signs that said, "No diving, no swimming, $250 fine if you're caught swimming in that pass thing." So good thing we didn't jump in.
But remember in the past, like
with Dad?
With Dad, we
would take our floats down.
We would take floats down it. I think that they probably changed the law.
But I've seen people kayaking, so I'm pretty sure it's just no swimming or diving because it's just too choppy.
Maybe they'll let you tube down it. I definitely want to go tubing soon, and I want to go to Wells West.
That's what I think I want to do for my birthday: tubing.
Yeah, tubing and kayaking. And
but Blackwater River.
And I definitely want to do like a whole vlog of us doing tubing and canoeing and kayaking, and I want to do a whole vlog of us going to Wells West.
Look at Love planning out her content on the pod.
I love vlogs. But for us on Memorial Day weekend, on Friday Braxton worked, Saturday Braxton worked half a day, and then that afternoon we were with some neighbors and we played Yahtzee, and it was like the first time I played Yahtzee in forever. Yeah. And it's so much fun. I brought it today, and me and Goldie are going to play.
Can't wait. So maybe you insert a clip of us, whoever won, and our footage, behind the scene footage.
Yeah, we'll put in something. We'll put in some video footage. Because Goldie's pretty competitive, and this is a quietly competitive.
Oh, let me explain to everyone. I won already this year over 70 games of Sorry, the board game Sorry. I am the leader on the leaderboard, always.
I would have been the leader if I could have played the whole time, but I had medical problems to tend to.
But my son has started to realize that I love this game so much that he's started to get a little addicted to it because he wants something to like bond with me over.
Yeah.
So I'm Goldie the goat, greatest of all time, because I'm the leader on the leaderboard, and he is Baby Brady, little Tom Brady. He's coming up on the leaderboard slowly but surely.
Baby Brady up in a few years to beat Goldie's butt. Sorry. He won like the first game that he played with us. And he wasn't hardly playing. I was playing for him. But he still won.
He counted all those spots, though. That's sweet.
Oh, I know. He's a really good counter. But then on Saturday, we went to Mobile, and Braxton's like, oh, we're going to go and be on the boat or something with his family. And let me just tell you how this whole day went. First of all, I did not want to go be on a boat because I've been having horrible back pain from my surgery that I had a month ago.
Wait, quick interjection. This girl knows her motherfucking angles. When she posted some pictures on Instagram of this beach trip, you look like you were having fun. But at the same time, she knows that she doesn't like...
I have a neck problem.
No, I noticed something different. She was like deliberately putting her towel like in a sexy pose like this to cover her stomach that like when you sit it makes like a weird ruffle.
Well, when you get to be my age you start getting
the
baby fupas.
The way you had it all crossed, you
get a baby fupa.
You look like a little Playboy, like dipped right out of the water. You're like, hi.
I wasn't trying to be, even though.
Insert pic.
Yeah, I have pictures. We had a lot of fun, but let me just paint the picture of what happened.
Yeah,
I went. First of all, it takes an hour and a half to get to this place that we go to, his family's house.
So out of the way.
It is out of the way. It is fun, don't get me wrong, but it's always early in the morning, so I'm already tired and I'm already rushed. And so we get up there, and we brought both of our dogs. Come to find out, we didn't even know this. We walk in, and the other dog that they have, usually is totally sweet, starts attacking our big dog, and this dog's little. And our big dog's really skittish and doesn't bite or anything. And so he's like freaked out that he's getting attacked. And she's like, oh my gosh, like Braxton's brother's wife's like, oh my gosh, my dog just had puppies. And we're like, and the dog's ancient. It's like 10 years older.
It's probably just territorial because it's a woman dog.
Yeah, it's very territorial. It had 2 babies.
Oh, the babies, yeah.
And it won't let anybody touch its little babies. And Goldie's getting her Coke. And nobody
Excuse
knew.
me, sorry.
A view that we...
Shit or get off the pot.
Oh my God. So then we're having a dog attack immediately while we're walking in. And so we're getting the dogs out in the backyard. My dog, the big dog, Boy, and Molly. And then I saw the little babies, and they were like really cute, but she wouldn't let us touch them. She did not want anybody around her, so we had to baby gate her into a whole separate living room. Then I think, I thought Faith had a new dog. Braxton's niece has a new dog that I saw on her Facebook or Instagram the other day. And I was like, it's like a little miniature, beautiful, cute little thing. And I was like, where's that dog? And so she brings that dog out. That dog is the cutest thing. Does not want to play with Molly at all, even though she's the smallest dog in the world. But she wants to play as hard as she can with our big dog. And it was the cutest thing. I got it all on video. I'm going to post the video here. And of course, during the video of them playing, you know what Faith is saying in the background?
What?
She's trying to teach us. She's trying to teach us on how cats and dogs mate and have babies.
How they crossbreed?
No, not crossbreed. Just how each one has sex.
Was Jameson there? The 1-year-old?
Yeah, but he's not paying attention.
You should give him a bio
But she's
lesson.
like Boy's red little dinky was poking out because he was overly excited. And Mason, Braxton's nephew, was like, oh my gosh. And she's like, you've never seen a boy's penis or boy's wiener?
Disclaimer, this episode includes graphic
dog.
animal bestiality content.
And then she's like, do you know with cats, when the boy one sticks to the penis to the girl one, that these horrible
our grandparents
spikes come out of the
barbs
penis, or barbs,
and they grab on.
And she's like, they grab onto him until the dog explodes inside. I have a whole video.
No, the cats have barbs. The dogs don't have barbs.
Yeah, she's talking about the cats first, and then she talks about the dogs, and she's like, I'm not sure if the dogs have that, but that's the same type of deal.
She shouldn't be teaching people if she doesn't know.
And so I got all of that on video. I have it on my TikTok, and I think on my YouTube, and I'm going to post it up here on our podcast too, because it was hilarious. And then after that, they were like, oh, we can either go to a pool at a beach. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice and calming and relaxing. And then they were like, or we can go on the boat. And they decided to go on the boat. And I'm like, oh, I haven't been on a boat in so long. And my back issues that I've been having.
I hate being taken out to sea and isolated. I can't get home quickly.
Well,
and then also,
know.
it's no man's land out there and it's outlaw territory. Anything could happen to you on international waters and nothing's happening. Nobody's coming for you.
On a river. We were out on Foul River.
Still, it's pretty foul out there.
So it takes 20 or 30 minutes to get out to there. And we get out there. It was like right
Did
there.
you guys swim in that water?
Yes.
Did you know they had flesh-eating bacteria 9 months ago? They had
I'm not scared of no flesh-eating bacteria.
Keep your little body away from mine. Any open sores, keep them far away.
So we get on the boat, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be like a rough ride. But they sit on the back.
Well, it's like gearing up for a mechanical bull. I'm ready for this, y'all.
And the front is a rough ride, but the back isn't. And so we get up there, and I'm like, oh, Braxton's enjoying it. He loves this. He was sitting with his brother, doing.
Meanwhile, he's like being windburnt in the front.
And I thought he was totally excited. He's like smiling and everything. And so I get on the boat, and I'm sitting on the back.
No. This is the ending of the story. I thought he was having a great time. But then when we get back to shore, he told me 6 hours previously he sharded himself, and that's why he's super
I will tell you what he said after the fact.
Something bad happened?
No. Multiple little weird things happened. But I was holding onto the boat because she's like, oh, hold on to the back of this seat. And I'm like, oh, okay, And I'm thinking, oh, it's not too bad. We're just cruising. And all of a sudden, James goes, boom, and hits us into like 100 miles per hour. Oh. And I'm like holding on for dear life, holding on to my hat.
Her little body's just like flying behind like a cartoon.
I thought my whole entire body was going to fly off the bat.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And then we finally get to the spot where there's like a rope swing. It was real nice. A lot of people were parked there, and we were able to swim. And the water was good. Everything was great. And I loved it. We were enjoying our time. We were swimming, having a great time. And I was like, oh, Braxton's loving this because he's able to like steer the boat and go fast. And I thought he was loving it.
Be a man.
And yeah, be a man. And so then
be a real salt of the earth character.
All of a sudden, yellow flies started coming out like nobody's business.
I thought y'all were going fast. How are these yellow flies? Are they
this
smacking you in the face?
This is after we had parked somewhere where a shorebed was, and there was a rope swing. Yeah.
When y'all got home, when y'all got back to shore, how many people were picking flies out of their hair and their teeth? From
no, but there was some dead flies on James's feet. Yellow flies, to be exact. And so then, we all got attacked by a yellow fly at least once or twice. So we got out of there after we had already had our enjoyment of a moment swimming and everything. And then we decided to head back. And we were going so fast. I'm holding my hat, and all of a sudden, and James is holding Jameson, which is, he's only a year and a half old.
Jameson just holding on.
They're on a seat above me driving the boat. And so Jameson all of a sudden decides, I'm out of here. And we're going like 100 miles per hour. And Jameson flips his body back onto me. I'm catching him while holding my hat. My hat flew off anyways. But thank God I didn't lose it. It ended up in the engine compartment. And Jameson flips and I didn't care anything. I had to grab this baby and hopefully not fall off his nose. So I'm grabbing him, and then Elizabeth's like, she's like beside me trying to grab him from me. And I was like, this is crazy. This baby started moving and flipping off the boat at 100 miles per hour.
This baby's doing gymnastics on the boat.
And so
a triple somersault.
We got back and I was in pure whoa, I can't believe I didn't lose my hat. We didn't lose the baby. I didn't lose my life. I'm very glad. And I get in the car, actually this was later in the night. I'll tell you what happened in between, but later in the night I was like, oh, Braxton, didn't you enjoy that? You were being a man, you were doing the boat, going fast. And he was like, love, I was paranoid, I was freaking out. I was like, what? He's like, James's GPS wasn't working, and if we would have hit a sandbar, we would have all just thrown our bodies off of the thing.
So his GPS tracking of terrain, underwater terrain. Oh,
and I didn't know that, and I was like, thank God you didn't tell me, because I would have been doubly freaked out.
Well, here's a quick anecdote. When we were kids, our dad thought he was a boater. So he thought, let me trade this thing that I have and get this old ass boat at this old marina that's super rotten and half sunken. I'm going to buy it. So he gets it. The Nelson's Marina boat.
Well, it was a houseboat.
It was a houseboat. It was a nice boat, but it was sinking.
I really did love going down in the bottom compartment.
I know, but remember the puddle because it was sinking
in
the bottom. So anyways, it was sinking, and we were just keeping it in this harbor. And one day, the one time we took that baby out on the water, we took it out. We were having a blast. We're all out there, and then Dad was giving everybody turns driving. We can see the marina from where we're at, and we're coming in. It's getting dark, and Dad's like, just coast us straight through those signs. I don't got that GPS terrain tracker, but if you go straight through those signs, it's 12 feet. And I thought he meant go around the signs, so I fucking just drove us aground on 3 feet sandbar.
I didn't know that. I thought we just broke down.
No, and we were stuck on the sandbar for 3 hours, and then finally these two little tugboats came out. It was a school night.
We had a friend with us. We had Hannah Yeager with us. And we were freezing cold. There was no power on the boat. So we were all at the hovering at the front of the boat.
And Dad had no beacon lights, which is illegal. And so if we broke down, even Dad knew. He was like, I don't have beacon lights, so nobody's going to see us till the morning time. And he was like, I hope a boat doesn't come through here to go to the intercoastal waterway, like a barge. And we were freaking out. And then finally this tugboat passes, and Dad just gets all of his girls. He's like, just start waving your arms.
Yeah, we were all waving. And he also wrapped us up in blankets and stuff on the front of the boat when we were waiting.
And then finally, these two tugboats got two little ropes and pulled us all the way in.
I don't even think we got in for. I don't even think we. I think it was 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, we got there at 10 o'clock at night. Dad let us stay the night, but then remember the morning? I remember looking over the trees, and it was cold in the morning. I think it was a January morning. And Dad was trying to shoot us over to the Henrietta house, this house, really quickly to get us ready for school because he was so scared Vito was going to be mad at him because he was like, I wasn't supposed to have been out all night. My phone died.
And then also, I remember on that boat was the first fish we caught, and it was a catfish. And Dad cooked the thing in the microwave on the boat, and we ate it.
What the
Yes!
I bet we did not have it fully cooked.
All I can say is that was I remember that boat fondly.
I remember.
But I also remember being at that marina and not wanting to be there.
Dad would leave us there for so long.
Well, he was always redoing the boat, painting
and it never got better. It never got fancier. No, but I remember Dad would be working on the boat, and I'd walk down to the pier, and remember the half-submerged submarine?
Yeah.
That thing, I always wanted to break into it and get inside of it. I was like, who owns this submarine? Really, it's so cool.
Remember that huge, it was like a boathouse, but it was super nice. It was 2 stories.
Yeah.
I always was like,
but remember the bathroom, how when you walked in the bathroom was a bathroom, and then across from the toilet was a washer and a dryer, and then there was a makeshift library. And they had only romance novels up in the top. I guess the Nelson Marino housewife loved romance novels, and she'd always give them to the marina when she was done. But I would go and sit in there, and every time I was in that bathroom, I always thought it was the bathroom Elvis Presley died in. So I was sitting around like, this was so depressing. He really loved his romance novels.
I think that was definitely
not the toilet, but Dad was so obsessed with Elvis, and he kept saying he died on the toilet, and I just thought that was the same toilet. And I would always poop really fast because I thought it would happen to me. I was like, oh God, I don't want to die like Elvis on the toilet.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'll go by that marina soon.
So Saturday, after we got off the boat, it was good, but we were all exhausted. We had steaks that night, and then we went home. But yeah, it was a very eventful day. And the next day, I was exhausted, but I slept in. And then when I woke up in the morning, that was on a Sunday. So Saturday we did Yahtzee with the friends. Sunday we did the boating, and then Monday, which was Memorial Day, I slept in, and Braxton already got up, and him and our neighbor built me a beautiful raised bed. I'll put it in the picture. And they also did it was a stone raised bed around our deck out front, which is going to be really cool. We're going to put lattice underneath and vines, and it's going to look really good. But it was awesome and magical. And then my neighbor, Ron, he got 3 Ring cameras. And of course, I had to go set them up. And I was totally fine with it, but it took 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, the more cameras you get, the longer you gotta sing.
And at the end of it all, they were all set up fine, but we tried to explain to him, even his neighbor that's the same age as him, and this guy's 70 years old, he has satellite Wi-Fi, which is the worst Wi-Fi you can have. And I kept telling him, the cameras might not work perfectly, and you might be lagging because your Wi-Fi is not good.
Sorry, y'all. This card table is going down.
We have a card table we're using. But
if you have satellite Wi-Fi, you could have some spotty ass video footage. So, you might not catch the robbers. Okay?
Well, I know, that's right. And I didn't want to tell him at first, but the other guy was telling him, and then I really regretted it because the past 2 days he's knocked on my door in the morning. Love, what's going on? And he's making me check his email.
See, no, but you don't realize, Love, for the next year he's going to be thinking you're his Ring supervising tech. You know everything. You're his security technician. You're coming. When he presses the alarm feature, he thinks you're going to be outside with a light. I'm here, you call?
No,
he thinks you're coming with
the first day he came over, he said, I got some messages about the Ring. I don't know what it is. And I look, and it's just regular messages.
Be careful with your table access.
It's you just set this up. And it's just the regular welcoming messages from Ring. I'm I think these are just welcoming messages. It's okay.
You think you're his personal assistant.
And then he's like, how about this one? And he hands me his phone, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I'll have the part today at 4 p.m. See you later. And I'm like, and I look up, and it says Louis P.
He didn't have his readers on. He just wanted somebody to read something.
And I said, I don't know what this one is, but it's not from Ring. And he said, oh, that is my message from my buddy. And I said, okay. And then he said, do you have a hair dryer and an extension cord? I said,
he thinks you're the local concierge.
I said, why? He said, I'm going to fix that dent in your car. I said, really? And he said, yeah, bring it out. He brought it out. I brought it out. Within 3 minutes, he had the dent. That Olive busted a dent in the back of that car.
5 years ago.
No, I think
2017.
Oh, well, whatever it was.
When I was pregnant.
Yeah, 2017. That was over 5 years ago. She had a little dent in the back, and he got that thing right out. Well, within 3 minutes.
Next week, love, he's going to be knocking on your door, and he's going to be like, love, you're fucking fired. And you're going to be like, what's going on? And he's going to be like, I showed up to Jesse's last night, and my reservation wasn't confirmed. I thought we talked about this. He thinks that you guys are like,
I saw him out in his yard this morning, and I was like, thank God I'm getting out of here. But yesterday, it was like, no offense to him. I love Ron, but it's just a lot. But then yesterday he came knocking on the door. He said, this one says it's offline. And I'm like, your internet's kind of not doing good. And so I didn't know what to do, and I kind of pushed him off.
Okay, so on a different note, you love Bo Burnham.
Yeah, I do love Bo Burnham.
Have you seen his new Netflix?
He has a new one?
It's not new, it's old, but they bought the rights to it, and it's good. It's called Zach Stone is Gonna Be Famous, and it's from 2013, and he wrote it himself for MTV.
He's talked about that.
It's very funny, love. Like, within the first 5 minutes, I was on the floor rolling around, and it's him at like 21 years old, so it's really funny. It's like Bo for show funny.
You need to watch The Great on Hulu. Goldie, you will laugh your butt off. Oh, it's about Catherine the Great, but it's with
the in guy.
That's off
Nick or Noah.
His name's Nick Holt.
Nick Holt.
Yeah.
Nicholas Holt and Elle Fanning.
Yeah, and that's Dakota Fanning's sister.
Have you seen Elle Fanning play Michelle Carter in that show where so remember when I was pregnant, that girl who was being tried for forcing her boyfriend to commit suicide in his car? She texted him and told him to get back in the truck. Well, Elle Fanning plays the character that was that girl in real life. Fucking great show, love. It's on Hulu, and all of the episodes have been released, and it's so good. Her acting is really good in it.
Hulu's coming out with some good stuff lately, and that's for sure.
But oh my gosh, did you watch the Kardashians this week? The new episode. Can I just say one thing I noticed? You want to know one thing I noticed?
What did you notice on that?
There is a 2012 episode of Kylie being taught how to drive a stick shift, and there's a 2014 episode of her driving a stick shift and keeping up with Kardashians.
Oh.
So I thought that was the funniest thing, that they're trying to teach Kylie Jenner how to drive a stick shift, and then on TikTok everybody's like, she owns 12 stick shifts. She knows how to drive a stick shift. It was all just filler for the first episode because they don't want to give you too much.
Yeah,
and then they gave you they slipped in Khloe's name because they had to give you something in the first one, but the first 4 episodes, everybody says there's an algorithm to the Kardashians, and if you ever look at their past seasons of the new show and the old show, the first 4 episodes are the most boring. The first 8 episodes practically cover nothing, and you finally get your shit in the last 4 episodes.
Oh, I know, because they keep trying to hype you up. But
they just want views.
I saw a Instagram or TikTok or whatever yesterday, and it showed Kim on, I think, Jimmy Kimmel or something, like 4 or 5 years ago, and she looked beautiful, bomb, like her boobs were big, her body was
skinny
curvy. Now she's skinny. She looks alienish.
You know what the girls are doing
her
now?
Her hair is all
those girls had diaper butts from their BBLs, and they got their BBLs removed, and now they look so much better. Their butts do look better. Remember when Kim Kardashian's butt looked like a diaper? And now they're all getting their injections removed and their butts look
well, I understand the butt thing, but the top
cool.
of her body she looked so healthy and
I know, they look really bony and veiny.
Her boobs have shrunken down to nothing.
Oh, I know, and like when they have their cleavage, they're like kind of like gapped.
And
Khloe is so skinny, dude.
But I thought, what I really thought is the first or second episode they would do, Kourtney's wedding, but they did a whole separate Kourtney's wedding video. Did you see that?
Well, was it a part of a TV show?
Yeah, no, they did a whole just premiere of just Kourtney's wedding. Have you watched it?
I didn't know.
Oh my gosh. It came out like 2 months ago. And it's on Hulu. And it is very good.
She's still irrelevant.
Well, it's still very, very good.
I bet it is.
You should
okay, so what drama is going to come to light? They're going to make
Kourtney's face getting cut open is going to be a big, huge drama because of her cancer. Chloe.
Well, not that. I'm talking about. I'm looking forward to this made-up, fake, manufactured drama where Did you hear? They already were hinting at it in the first episode. She was like, "Yeah, Courtney just had her marriage from Dolce and Gabbana, and they're asking me to be head of the house, so I don't think I'm going to do it." And then she's like, "But I don't want to pass up on the opportunity."
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, "Y'all, this is the stupidest drama. Just be happy for your sister. Your wedding was a month ago. She's going to be doing Dolce and Gabbana. It's fine. It's not a big deal. You already had your wedding."
Dolce and Gabbana did their whole wedding.
I know, but it's like the wedding already passed. At least Kim let her do it.
Well, they're saying the whole drama is going to be made up of Courtney should have had that position and Kim shouldn't have.
Well, they didn't ask Courtney. Sorry, they should have asked her. She should be mad at Dolce, not her sister, because they were throwing shade at Courtney.
Yeah,
they just
there's
did her
no
whole
reason
wedding.
to be mad at
They
her
just
sister.
did her whole
But
wedding.
also, if somebody offers you to be in Dolce and Gabbana collaboration,
It's like first off,
take it. I wouldn't say
Kris
nothing.
Jenner doesn't have no in her vocabulary if there's some money involved. She did a butter commercial here recently. Did you see the butter commercial with Chloe and Kris?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that shows how much they're like, if there's enough dollar signs, we're going to just say. Okay.
Yeah, and that's another thing is I was watching Danny Duncan this morning, and he's awesome YouTuber, but he's not a sellout like some of these other people. And he has 7 million subscribers, and I was watching him on a podcast telling about his business. It was all like real legitimate about how he invests and make money. But all of his videos, he's had probably 23 million views on videos in the past 2 weeks, and he's only made $11,000 off of them because they demonetize everything because he adds copyrighted music. But he said, I don't want to be disgenuine. I want copyrighted music. I want to be myself. I want to do whatever I want to make my video the best. It doesn't matter about my videos. It matters about my merch. He doesn't care about.
Well, the big thing is you can tell that Danny Duncan isn't driven by monetary success. He wants to be successful in his career field,
and
even if it doesn't.
He doesn't want to have a brand. He doesn't want any brands to come to him and say, "Oh," like he had a brand come to him and say, "We'll pay you $2 million to do this brand if you do this many videos with us in it." And he was like, "No, I don't like your brand, and I don't want to be a part of it." Almost every brand, any brand that he promotes, he's either invested in or owns.
Yeah.
And he pretty much the whole entire time that he's filming on YouTube, he is doing a brand promotion because all the guys he's with has all of his merch on. And he's also selling, he has 3 products, but he's making more different sporting equipment that is different than like basketballs and stuff like
that. It's for the Special Olympics.
He built the bubble where people can get in it and like be hit by cars and stuff and not get hurt.
He built that bubble?
Yeah. Well, he didn't build it. He had somebody build it. But he had the idea.
Oh, he did?
He created it. And then there's a thing called Kitnip. You've seen it on Instagram. It's got like 3 million subscribers, and it's just like a little guy that's all cartoony that does all this cute little stuff. I'll have to post a picture or video.
Yeah.
And it's super cute, and I've seen it.
And it's Danny Duncan?
And Danny Duncan started it. His friend was the one that drew it, and he was like, "Dude, that is the coolest thing." He's like, "Let's start it." And he did it. And they're making a cartoon of it now.
Look at you, Danny Duncan, making dreams come true.
And he owns the 16 Froyo franchise that started in New York, and now it's all over. He's going to open one in Inglewood, Sarasota, Florida, Los Angeles.
Just remember, y'all, believe in your dreams and eat ice cream. Everything will be fine.
And you can make your most money in merch. But if you want to make money on YouTube, don't use copyrighted music. That's your number one thing.
All right, love. You need a merch line.
I know. And I just really wish
I might get a total of 5 orders.
No, it doesn't even matter about that. It's like, I wish I knew how to do a merch line.
Shopify.
Well, I'm saying like where you don't have to make any of it. It just sends out and you...
Shopify. You never have to touch it yourself. Unless you want to order some for yourself and have them to wear, but you never touch the products yourself. You make it all online. Then they never even make a shirt until there's an order, and then they make one at a time. For you, and they do it for you.
We need to try.
And they'll send you samples before they ever even send one out to a
I definitely want to get into that. I want to get into Amazon FBA, and I want to do more YouTubes, and I want to do more TikToks and all this, and hopefully get more viewers.
All right, what's the next topic?
The next topic is Oliver's hamster. His name is Nacho. He's not dead. What did you say?
He's dead.
He is not unalive. No, he is super cute, but Mom has been noticing his characteristics, and he lays underneath his little watering thing. What do you call that?
The little water spout.
Water spout, and he lays under
he lets
there
it drip on his back.
Cool.
He's
so cute.
just so smart.
And he runs his, anytime it's dark, he runs his...
He only runs the wheel at night, and then he sleeps all day. He's my fat little rodent, and we don't play with him, we don't touch him, and he's never been held by a human. Well, scratch that.
True.
He's been held by a human very, 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 very briefly.
But also, he's very, like if it's like shadow, or if it's like cloudy or rainy outside, he thinks it's nighttime, so he gets back on it. He gets going. And I can't believe how fast he'll go, because we'll be in here playing the game.
They'll be like,
and I'm like, oh my god.
We really need to put some wires to like a battery and see if he can power something
up. Do you
up.
think hamsters, like, that's how they die? Like, they run themselves to death, have a little heart attack and pass out?
Maybe, but he only has a life expectancy of 2 years, and we're 6 months in.
They only live to 2 years?
Yeah, so he's already 10 years old 6 months in.
All hamsters?
Yeah, he's 10 years old right now, 6 months in.
My gosh, that's breaking my heart.
1 month is 2 years.
My heart is broken.
1 week is 1 year.
Oh, my
1 day
Lord.
is 1 year.
1 day. 1 day is like 6 months.
All right, that's all on Nacho. There's not much to say about that little fucker.
He's so cute, though. And
You want him?
Insert a video.
You want him?
No, I don't want him. I already have.
He's out of food, so whoever wants him, hit me up in the comments below. There's a picture of him right here. He comes with all
a
of his
video
fixins.
of him underneath his little watering spigot. So this is little Nacho, and what he does is he's a hamster. He's Oliver's hamster, and he lays under the water thing, this little watering thing, during the day, so it'll drip on him and it'll cool him down. How cute. Oh, how cute. But
hit us up if you want it and you're in the Alabama area.
The weirdest thing is, this past weekend, it seemed like everybody was giving us stuff. Mitch gave us the wood for the wood for the raised bed that we built. This past week, Braxton got all the free blocks for our raised bed.
That's all.
Our neighbors moved, gave us their brand new bicycles they'd only used once.
And a trike. And the odds are...
They said they bought it for $500, the trike.
And all of this stuff is brand new. They've only used it once. But the crazy thing is, Sabbath, my younger sister, was in the kitchen with me yesterday. And she's like, go on Facebook Market. Go on Craigslist. Go on Amazon. Try to find me a trike. I want a trike. I want something comfortable to bike ride in. And I said, they're like $300 to like $1,500.
And I got given one.
And we were about to buy one brand new, and I told her to just wait. And now she can buy it from love.
I can't even believe I got it.
Bam.
And then the last thing we got for free, which we've been waiting to get this, is Braxton's dad gave Braxton's brother a Pit Boss smoker to give to us, and he brought it over the day of Memorial Day afternoon. And it is super nice.
Smoking.
And we're going to be smoking some meats. We're going to have every kind of meat.
We don't smoke weed, we smoke meat.
What kind of meat can you put in those things?
Boston butt, pork, pork chops.
Can you put chicken
you want, but if you want, you can, but you want some thick, juicy, big things. Chickens, full chickens, brisket. You want thick things because with smoking, you don't want to dry it out.
Yeah, because I think Braxton's like, let's just put some, like, he was wanting to put burgers in there. I was like, no.
Well, you could smoke some burgers, but you want to do it quick. It's a long process.
They were frozen burgers. I said, you can't put a frozen burger in a
I don't know. It might come out cold in the center, but cooked on the outside. I don't know.
I don't know how.
Y'all just have to look up the parameters.
Yeah, and also we learned that you put smoking wood chips in it, and guess what? The wood chips come in all flavors, even whiskey flavors.
You didn't know that? That's why smoked,
I did not know.
Like smoked bacon can taste like hickory, like syrup.
Goldie is presenting us with a Coca-Colas in the background. But I was really interested. They have cherry. They have all the different kinds of smoker wood, which that was interesting. All right, so I was thinking today, We are 44 minutes in. We got like 15, 20 minutes left. And I wanted to do some tweets of the week and see what Goldie thinks of them. And then maybe some random YouTube comments and maybe our Google history.
All right.
You want to start with the tweets of the week?
All right.
Do you tweet, Goldie?
I have a Twitter. I do not tweet, though.
You've never not had one tweeter. You've never had one tweet.
No. Okay, fine. You want me to pull up my best tweets?
Yeah. Let's
do Goldie's.
Tweet.
Let's go back to Goldie's 2012 Twitter, because that's the only time I ever tweeted was when I was a freshman in high school.
Well,
this is my page.
Oh.
Here, I'll screenshot it so we can insert a picture right here.
Insert a picture, and I'll insert a picture of my Twitter. You can follow me on
the last tweet I ever made was on May 5th. 2014. Love my boyfriends. And then the 2 days before that was hashtag single. So I love my boyfriend 2 days later, but I was single 2 days before.
So 2 days before you were single, and then you got a boyfriend in 2 days.
My tweets are actually hilarious.
Already loving him in 2 days.
Yeah, I know. So listen to this one.
All right. That's
5 days before that, I said, "I'm not always a bitch. Just kidding. Go fuck yourself."
How old were you?
2014, so I was 16 years old, about to be 16.
What was that one again?
Oh, this one says, "I thought of you today. I also threw up in my mouth a little. I'm sure it was just a coincidence." And then this one says, "I really need to learn the difference between being hungry and bored." And then I said, "I can't wait to not receive anything on Valentine's Day. Hashtag single, hashtag forever alone, hashtag ugly girl probs." I was really ugly in high school.
Goldie's got some interesting tweets here.
Wait, let's see. Oh, you want to know something? When I go back and look at my tweets, I was tweeting just to get one person's attention, like one boy. And I was trying to seem like really popular, really cool.
So I would be Twitter?
Yeah. So I would be like making up this fake rager and making up other Twitters. So I posted this one thing that said, "Trying to get a party going all night. Finally got a condo and we have no drinks. What the fuck? Bullshit." Even though I was at home.
And nobody tweets anymore. Or, well, nobody like hangs out on Twitter to find their girlfriends or boyfriends. It's very political on there these days.
These are just embarrassing. They're like, "I'm sarcastic because punching people is frowned upon."
You were treating it like Facebook.
Yep, made a complete ass of myself tonight. Can't believe he was there. Hashtag oh well. Hashtag good thing Mobile sucks. Okay, wait. Let's find a good one. Oh, this one's sweet though. Just a good old daddy day with the best dad in the world.
Oh, that is sweet. That is funny. I did not even know you tweeted.
This is a sweet one. It says, "I will forever love the show Halloween Town," which I do love.
Oh my god,
that is a good one.
Love it.
Oh,
I'll have to screenshot mine because look at mine. Look, mine says "Lovers Lane," and Goldie's always like, "Oh, lovers."
Let's see. Oh, but do you want to see the best tweet I've ever gotten though about me? No. It's a good one.
Tweet about
it's a good one. I had left school for 2 months. Okay, so I dropped out of school, withdrew, came and homeschooled, and no one ever noticed. That's like the same way I went to Norway. Like I just packed up my bags and left, and nobody ever noticed that I moved away. So I left the school. I came home and I started living my life. 2 months into it, people started texting me and be like, "Where's Goldie? Where's Goldie? Like, when are you coming back to school?" I was like, "Bitch, I have not gone to your school in months." Like, what the hell? Like, you guys just
We all dropped out except for Grace.
And then one person, so the same year that
dropouts.
the same year, no, I'm a graduate.
Oh.
The same year that I withdrew.
Out of school and you got
I withdrew. I didn't drop out. But anyways, the same year I withdrew and I homeschooled was the same year that Miley Cyrus did that crazy VMA thing. And everybody, when they saw that, was tweeting, "Oh my god, this reminds me of Goldie, this reminds me of Goldie." And I have them on my
my gosh.
right here. Let me see, they're right here.
So you were a big time Twitter guy. You're a big time Twitter people. You and your friends.
Let's see where it is. It's right here. You pull up some tweets while I'm doing this.
All right, well look, I got some tweets for you. My last tweet, that I tweet not consistently, but here and there, because I like to put in, with me, for Twitter, I used to be kind of political when I was younger, but nowadays I'm only about like random thoughts in my head. And my last one was, why do we call cow beef? Why do we call pig pork? Yet you're eating any other meat, you call it by the name. Like chicken. You know,
That's weird.
lamb.
That's weird.
But you call cow
beef for the steak and stuff.
Yeah, and then you call pork. I mean, you call pig pork.
That is weird.
Why did we ever do that?
Here's the tweet about me. I said, I reposted this year on my Instagram. I said, my friend Aaron Jackson once said in 2013, he said, Miley Cyrus is like a famous version of Goldie Cisco. I think I actually, and then I subtweeted him and replied back. I said, I think I actually behaved 10 times worse, so I'll take this as a compliment. LOL, thanks. He said, Miley Cyrus is like a famous version of Goldie.
Oh my gosh! I thought that too back in the day. I was like,
back when she was like
I thought this girl was just like Goldie.
Goldie's stuck in her bangers era.
Let's see what else I got here. I said, why is it that a sunrise and sunset, or why is it that at sunrise and sunset the sun seems to be rising or setting quickly, but during the day it's like in the sky
and it's slow?
Yeah, because like right at sunset it's like boom, 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 it's done. And then sunrise is real fast too. But then all day it's real slow through the sky. Isn't that weird? Because it can be literally 30 seconds and the sun's gone. And then all day it's hours upon hours it's in the sky. Which is pretty interesting. I had one more in here that was really funny. Oh, I said, I'm confused as to why Taco Bell gives you so many sauces for like 2 tacos. That will always boggle my mind. Do they just have money to blow on sauces in that company?
I've tweeted on October 17th, 2013. I said, just woke up, late to school. Woke up to my dad whistling Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. Take me out of this reality, please.
I can just hear him now. And then I said, you think if you order fries or tater tots at any fast food place that they would automatically give you ketchup, yet they never do, and you're always so disappointed. It pisses me off. Like all of a sudden I'll drive away and I'm like, I didn't know I had to ask for ketchup. I got fries.
I didn't know. 20 years in and you realize they're very stingy with the ketchup. I just realized
I was like, what the heck? Why are they so stingy? And then I went to Sonic the other day and I said, I remembered to ask for ketchup. And I said, hey ma'am, can I get some ketchup? And she said, we're out of ketchup. I said, what? You just gave me tater tots and nothing to wash these things down with? What the hell?
I acted like I was Taylor Swift in this tweet. Listen to this. I said, PSA. For everyone asking, yes, I dropped out of school. I'm homeschooled. Now I have no one to report to, and all my haters can fuck off. Hashtag no drama for me. Like, what the fuck? I was making a PSA to my 200 followers.
You were trying to let those people know you were out of there.
No, but this is the day that I left school forever. Like, for real, this field trip is killing my patience.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. For real, this field trip is killing my patience.
That's the one that got me kicked out of school, that field trip.
You know what I learned on Twitter now? You don't have to have any hashtags on Twitter anymore because Twitter is only, they're ran by words. Like, you put a word in anywhere. Like, if you put husband in or any kind of word, people can just look up the word and any tweet for that word comes up. You don't have to hashtag it. Because, see, I just will type in stuff and it'll get tons of views, or maybe not tons, but people will see it because it's just, I don't know how you say that. How do you say that? Ran by words, not ran by words. What do you, it's not, no, it's, a tweet is noticed with the words that's in it, not hashtags, which is weird because everything else is hashtags. Oh, and I also put I love and hate the smell of gasoline.
Oh, shortest horror story ever. Here's a tweet from me, August 25th, 2013. Shortest horror story ever. Sneak out of your window. Come back to find that it's locked. Have to walk around? Your dad's on the front porch. He locked my window. I remember I walked around. He said, yeah, I locked your window. He's like, where have you been? I was like, Jesus Christ.
Lord.
I said, I want a knight in shining armor, but in reality, all I get is the creepy dyke bitch that works at the oyster house. Hitting me 24/7. Hashtag my life.
Oh my gosh. Whoops.
We're restarting the podcast.
No.
Okay. Well, let's stop looking for tweets and let's do our next thing.
I was gonna do random YouTube comments, but I can't because I can't go through and have each video.
Let's just go straight to our TikTok and find the rudest TikTok comment right now. Just go to your TikTok right here. Go on that. Or just find a funny comment.
I can't.
I'll do
I don't have my
it.
phone.
Jesus.
Oh, you can definitely.
I'll get us one and I can do it. Look, here.
But I wanted to look at our Google search.
Mine are really mean. I've got death threats in my comments right now. And I haven't even been active lately, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, Goldie only shares stuff about Taylor Swift, so we can
So it always gets a lot of... Wait, it says that's my inbox. How do I see my notifications?
You just go here, because
Oh.
they changed it up. They did a update on Twitter, which I wasn't very happy about, but they did. I've had some horrible... I know one YouTube comment that I remember this week, and I will tell you, probably 20... I would say 20 YouTube comments, maybe 10 YouTube comments a week. I'll say 10 to be maybe honest, I don't know. But about 10 comments a week is, will you please do more burning bear videos? And I'm like, that's not my profession. Like, that's not my content. Like, I'm not a burning bear person. And I love the burning bear community. Like, y'all are great. Y'all are following me. That's awesome. And I didn't know it was such a big thing. We burnt some bears one time. I filmed it. And then all of a sudden everybody wants some burnt bears. But 10 comments. Sorry, Goldie, I get like 10 comments a week at least saying, when are you going to do another burnt bear video? When are you going to get a big stuffed animal and destroy it? And I'm like, that's not like my thing.
That's not my niche.
I will do it if I ever come across it, but that's not my thing.
They think that's your thing because they came across you because of that.
It's not my thing. So I'm sorry to those people. But then, guess what? I get one of the burn bear people show up.
I'm horny for that fire.
They comment this week. They said, you aren't burning bears anymore. I am unsubscribed. They're like, unsubscribed. I was like, okay, fine.
Jesus Christ.
Why do you even have to comment? Just
they're sitting there trying to figure out where we are from the background of our video because they're like, we're going to storm the castle and murder this bitch because she promised to burn some animals and she won't do it. Like, Jesus. They're some
I'm not a professional burn.
Watch these be like pyromaniacs, like who have contraband phones in prison, and like their only fix is watching your burn videos.
Well, some of them post videos, but it's really weird because when they burn the little animal or the little bear, they're in like desolated concreted area, and I'm like, where are they at? Like,
they just abducted a child just for the stuffed animal, and the kid's body's out of the frame, but they're burning the animal.
Okay, we're gonna look at our Google search history. Then we're gonna tell you guys the story of the room behind us, and then we're gonna get out of here.
Thank the Lord, I deleted my history recently. No, I'm joking.
Oh, you did?
Pouring up. No, I'm joking.
Let me see, because I've got some history here, I'm sure.
Okay.
I just don't know how to find it. How do I find it?
Look up keywords like funny. Oh, on Saturday, May 20th, I looked up in Walmart creepin'. I don't know why I looked it up. But
Walmart creepin'. Okay, look. For me, I looked up this morning Benny Drama Ride podcast because I really wanted to get in on that one and find out where I could watch Benny Drama's podcast. I don't think you can watch it at all. You can only listen to it, which pisses me off. I want to watch it. And I love Benny Drama, even though he is a gay, transgender person. I still love him. He's awesome. And nothing against all those type of people. It's just, I usually don't watch those type of people, but he is awesome. Another thing I looked up was Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's wedding because I did not know they got married. And I saw a TikTok like yesterday of them like kissing and stuff, and I was like, I didn't know they got married. Super out and about with their relationship, and then I realized
they got married last summer.
Yeah,
it was huge. Like
I didn't know anything about it, so I had to look it up.
The most recent things I've Googled are, how long does it take for an edible to take effect? I also looked up, because I ate a legal gummy, but I just felt like it was just
everybody
not working
smokes
right.
weed these days.
And then how to make a cootie catcher, because Oliver wanted to do that one. What to do if the police stop you at a music festival. I didn't even go to a music festival. I was just looking it up for a friend.
What the heck?
how to delete saved payment methods on someone else's Amazon because somebody be charging me lately. How to prepare for a home insurance inspection.
To go back on that payment thing, I tried to sign out of. I got Apple TV like 2 months ago for a free trial, and all of a sudden they started charging me because I forgot to cancel. And yesterday I decided to cancel on it. The hardest thing to do is cancel Apple TV.
Oh, canceling subscriptions now are hard because they're hiding it so well.
Apple TV is hard as hell because you have to go in, put your Apple ID in, then your password, then they want your phone number, then they got to send you like 3 different types of key codes to your email, to your phone number. I was like blown away how hard
I looked up how to identify nightshade because Oliver ate nightshade the other day. We did the Google Lens and it was nightshade.
And nightshade's poisonous.
But I called the Chemical Control Center and they said
nightshade of what?
Nightshade berry.
Oh.
But I called the Poison Control Center and they said that nightshade has a saying that it says 2 bites could take a kid's life or something like that is the motto. And she was like, how much did he eat? I was like, he put it in his mouth, he chewed it and spat it out. And she was like, he's fine. She was like, if he starts foaming from the mouth, call us back. I was like, what in the world?
Goldie's always having to Google stuff about her son.
Oh, how to fix any disposable vape that isn't working because I was having a anxiety attack because I broke my vape 30 minutes after buying it. And these are $40 a piece. I dropped it on the ground and it wouldn't hit anymore. And I was crying. I was a livid, belligerent mess.
Oh my gosh! Another saga of vape.
I had to know 35 things I didn't already know about the Olsen twins because who doesn't need to know those things? Like, I gotta know this.
About the Olsen twins.
And then I'm not a Sagittarius, but I had to make sure if Aries men and Sagittarius women are compatible because Taylor Swift's love life is a roller coaster right now, and I just don't understand what's going on.
No, you know what? You know how go back to me doing the Ring cameras for Ron the other day, and yesterday I didn't know what to do to fix this offline thing. And he left, and I felt bad about it. And so I Googled, if one of your Ring cameras is offline, what do you do? And it did give me the instructions, but I never went and helped him.
Oh my God. No, the other day, the girls kept using my Mediacom, and I told them to go get internet, and now they have T-Mobile, and it's horrible signal, and Sabbath asked for my password the other day again. And I was like, nope, you got internet, you're going to have to deal with your satellite or get another subscriber or provider.
Mediacom.
And I Googled how to change Mediacom modem password because I got a notification from Mediacom saying I had 13 devices connected.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, what? Yeah, I got it changed.
Good. I also looked up the word morbid because I was trying to find images that had the word morbid in it. But there's not many images online with morbid in it.
Well, I accidentally, the other day when we were trying to haul that trailer out, I looked up the phrase, how to find the size of a right ball. And then I accidentally typed right ball. And then it's trailer ball.
Oh,
but when I looked up what's the size of a right ball, it pulled up some really interesting things. It says you don't usually measure just the right ball.
Antonia Yelchin in here from last week.
And Tosha.
When we looked him up. Oh, and guess what, Goldie? What I'm doing now is in the podcast, if we have like maybe a 5 or 10 minute section where we're doing something really funny or doing something interesting, like talking about a certain subject, I'm clipping it out and I'm posting. I'm posting the full.
You're
podcast,
posting a full segment,
just a video where they can just clip. Like today, I posted a clip. Go watch it if you guys want. Of last week when we took our personality tests, and I just did that, and it's only a less than 15 minute little part. So if y'all are interested in just that part of the podcast, you can watch it. And then I have Anchor Podcast that I looked up because I always have to edit on my Anchor Podcast.
You know me. I was just trying to break into a Chevy Colorado the other day, so I looked up how to break into a Chevy Colorado 2007.
Oh, that was all.
Because my sister locked herself out of a running Chevy Colorado.
Goldie has a lot of things she's got to think
about. How to loop a video on YouTube. I wanted to keep listening to the same song over and over, but I didn't want to have to pay for Spotify Premium, so I wanted the video to keep playing over and over.
Isn't there a way?
No. Because YouTube says, fuck you, bitch.
I want you to keep continuing on to watch more
7 ways to troubleshoot if your McDonald's app is glitching and why your points aren't there ananymore. Because I wanted my free Happy Meal. You get a free Happy
Goldie's
Meal.
got some priorities that are messed up.
Oh, how do I change my Vizio TV back to English? Because it was on Spanish for 3 weeks. Everything was Spanish. No, but the thing was, even going to the menu, everything was in Spanish. So it's like, yeah, we could have figured it out, but I had to translate every word on the screen to figure out how to get to the settings to send it back. It took forever.
That is bad, because if it does get to that point.
Oh. This one says, this one, my shop vac motor started to smoke when I was using it. What do I do?
Oh my god.
I was trying to
You got a lot of things happening. A lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
I have Babcock because I always have to pay the bill there. I have Patreon. I always go on Patreon to watch Trailer Trash Jamie because I do pay $6 a month to watch that girl because she's my favorite. And I pay for her Patreon. But, yeah.
How to find the coordinates of a call center? Okay, so let me tell you the backstory behind this. I had this little Indian. I'm not racist. I'm just saying I know that he was Middle Eastern of some sort. He kept calling and he was trying to sell me a car warranty. I was like, bitch, I don't need your fucking car warranty. And so he calls me back off of his personal number because I cussed him out so long. He calls me back off of his personal number and he says, now I have your phone number and I'm going to call you all the time just to annoy you. And I said, motherfucker, I will bomb your goddamn call center.
That's a real scammer for you.
No, he worked for Trivestian, a call center. So I was Googling where they're at, and I called him back. I said, motherfucker, I know you're in north of the Madagascar. I will send the troops. I said, I work for the FBI. And then he called me back, and he says, I work for the Port of Authority, and I know where. And we were just sitting here bullshitting each other, harassing each other back and forth. And finally, at the end of the day, I just was like, dude, I gotta go pick up patrol. No, I just finally cussed him out, and I said, I gotta go pick up my kid. I don't even know where you're located, and I'm fucking sick of this. Stop calling me, or I'm changing my number. And he said, I'm off the clock now anyways. I don't even care anymore.
I told a lot of scammers, like,
They're so
I know
mad.
you're a scammer, and they'll keep denying it, and then finally I'm like,
It's like, they know they're not going to get anything out of it.
yeah, and then finally by
time.
the end of it, they're like, oh, you're right, bye-bye. Like, whatever.
They're so annoying.
Also, another funny one. Oh, I did look up how to make gifs of yourself, because you can make gifs of yourself to put on Instagram.
Oh my God, love is finally figuring out how to GIF it.
I didn't know, and I don't even know now.
I
looked
still
it up,
don't.
and I didn't read about it.
Oh, I know. I wanted to make a GIF the other day. I think you can make a GIF from a boomerang.
Goldie, we need to make some gifs.
Okay, Christmas is right around the corner. Let's make some gifts.
And then I looked up last night shows with Captain Hook because I was trying to find Once Upon a Time.
Love, we could be the cheapest bitches in the world this year. We could get boxes, wrap them in Christmas material, make some gifts of us holding the boxes, and then we could tell all the girls we got you guys some really special gifts this year. But make sure we don't say gifts with like a T, but say gifts. And then when they show, we send them their gifts on Christmas morning, and we'll be like, we spent a lot of time and thought very hard on this, and they'll think we spent money, and then they just get an electronic gift.
Or we could have some type of way we could scan it. It's a scanner inside the box where they scan it.
It's just a gift.
And it's a gift of us.
Oh, yeah.
Handing them a gift or something.
And we said we waste all our money on the shipping of it.
Oh man, we gotta do that.
Yeah, we
that
gotta
is
make some
too
QR
good.
codes. Okay, don't watch this episode, girls. Your fans.
Okay, so our last thing is what's going on behind my head.
So a couple weeks ago, we were talking about that I wanted Danny Duncan to come out and
First
demolish
of
my pool room.
all, let's tell them what's behind us.
This is the pool room.
This is the pool room. We've talked about it on the podcast before. Dad built above. We're gonna have to take a picture while I'm here, and I'm gonna have to
Maybe like a whole full aerial
maybe
view
a full area view. Yeah.
But it's a cinder block, 5-foot structure, rectangle, half the size of an Olympic pool line. So think of an Olympic pool line, one line of an Olympic pool, half of it, and it's all made out of concrete blocks, and it has rotten decking all around it, and it was a room, but Dad didn't.
They've been trying to deconstruct it.
Dad didn't dry it in right. He didn't insulate it or anything or waterproof it, so it just started falling apart.
And as you can see right here, this beautiful stuff falling out of the ceiling.
Jesus Christ,
Oh,
we're having some problems.
Goldie's got some wire.
I got the feedback.
But there's like this beautiful stuff falling out of the ceiling, which is not beautiful at all.
It's actually the roof.
It's actually the roof falling in and rotting into the pool room area.
Yeah, and every few days I go out there with like a sledgehammer and I barely have to poke the roof and it all just falls in right on top of me and it gets in my eyes.
And if it's raining, it's like you can see a whole waterfall through that area.
Mm-hmm. And it also literally I have to pump out the pool with a sump pump like every few weeks. Yeah. And then there's tons of leaves and debris on top of it that fall into the pool, so I have to sweep it out and blow it out.
Take the water out, then
we'll have mosquitoes.
Get extreme mosquito. We already have mosquitoes here, but we have 10 times more mosquitoes if she doesn't sump pump it.
So just bear with us over the following weeks. We are thinking, we're considering
making a studio
investing some money, making a studio area like a permanent setup.
Yeah, we do.
Getting a nice table that's
they aren't even seeing our beautiful.
I know. We're gonna get a real table that's sturdy. We'll just have to go thrift shopping, find some.
We have a card table here with a little what is this tablecloth that has got little oranges on it? Or
maybe we can make your husband make us like some pedestals, so like some heavy duty pedestals that are like kind of like not space consuming, and we can mount our microphones to that, and then get comfy chairs, so we don't have to have a table.
We do want to have comfortable chairs. That would be really nice.
Or we could get
those. But we want to be really in front of you. But then also I have to have all this in front of me.
We could get our pop-up table.
Maybe we'll
get him to build us like a custom size, like that's not very big space consuming, but it'll fit all of our stuff and it'll fit our mounts, but it also will be heavy duty because I think we're gonna have to have something custom.
Yeah, we're gonna try to update our
and then lightweight so we can.
We're definitely working our way to update this. And soon enough,
we're hoping about August 1st. This is gonna look legit with like a neon light and a brick wall behind us. It's gonna be.
We're gonna have the love light for a point until we get a What's Up with Whatty light. We want to do that.
And I want to update. I want you to rebrand your YouTube.
Yeah.
Do different colors since you don't like pink.
I do like pink.
But I think it's time for a reband. It's been almost 3 years of that pink What's Up with Whatty with the palm trees.
I don't know. We'll have to talk more about that.
Revantage.
We might have to come up with a whole new YouTube channel just for the What's Up with Whatty.
What's up with Whatty?
All right. We're just talking, conversing, figuring things out, and definitely we want to do that. But also, me and Braxton were talking about trying to get us a legit better camera and a legit better, like bigger ring light and stuff like that. Yeah. So. Soon to be, this podcast over the next year will probably be better and better every time we can. And
the first year's always the worst year,
and we'll come up with more segments as we go through this journey of podcasting. All right, y'all, we're going to head out because we got to go get little Oliver from his, what is he at? Reading camp.
But just don't worry, this set's going to get great. We're going to be like some tampon thieves and pull some
And you'll end up hitting on our podcast one day and be like, these girls are in full-on studio.
Oh my God, look at their first video compared to their newest one.
You know what I really want to do, though? The main thing I would love to do is get a phone call system to where people could call in and ask us questions and stuff. And
1-800 What's Up What?
Yeah, something like that. Like,
What's Up with Whatty?
Like, we need a phone.
1-800 Whatty.
And if y'all don't start calling in the very first few weeks, we'll get Olive and Sabbath and you, and we'll just all call in to us. We'll get our mom to call in and ask some stuff. We'll get our husbands and boyfriends and everybody to come in and ask some questions.
All right, well, that's it for us.
We will see y'all later.
And we'll have all important information tagged in the description.
Like, subscribe, comment below. Make sure your notifications are on loud. And remember, the peace sign is coming back.
I don't know if it is.
It is. It is.
Remember when people used to be like,
a little boy did a peace sign at the kindergarten graduation the other day, and he was only 5.
Illuminati.
So that means it's coming back. Let's play.
Oh wait, should we do a thumbnail?
Oh.
The peace sign is coming back.
We're thumbnailing. See y'all next week.
Buddy.
Every week we'll be better. What's up with Whatty? Bye, you guys. See you next week. If you guys have any music, please send it our way. That's not Copyrighted. Bye. We'll share it on the podcast. Have a great week.
Adios.